Hello, everybody. This is Lori from Single Mom Power Project, and I am here together with my guest. And it's interesting because a lot of beneficiaries that I'm looking for are in the Philippines, and I am lucky to have somebody who is actually originally from the Philippines. Um, we all know that single mom uh, is a common scenario right now, and teenage pregnancy has always been a common problem nowadays. And even this problem has reached the United Nations, and that's the reason why I've thought about starting this project to help other people who are looking for financial freedom. And obviously, to have financial freedom, it's much more better if you will start your own business. And my guest today is actually the president and chief relationship officer of CoachSeal.com, and it's a thriving event production company headquartered in the beautiful Irvine, California. And Coach Seal specializes in helping men and women identify, recognize toxic character traits and destructive, toxic, and obvious behavior in workplace, family life, and romantic relationships. Her clients have one common denominator, that is emotional abuse. They live or work with emotional abusive people, and they're either single and wondering why they are repeatedly attract, attracting emotionally abusive romantic partners, or if they're in relationships, they are usually victims of pain, sleepless nights, and misery. These relationships are either with a romantic partner, such as a husband, a wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, a close family member, or an abusive boss, or a combative coworker. So here we go, folks. So let's all welcome Miss Coach Seal.
Hi, how are you? Hello, everybody.
Good. So, Coach Seal, so let's start the ball rolling. So, tell us more about your background and what made you end up in starting this business that you have.
I have been a corporate trainer here in Los Angeles for the last, I'd say, about 28 years. That. And in the process of training high level executives and their staff, both in the private sector and the public sector, I noticed that many people would come up to me after every class or every workshop or every seminar, and they would start opening up and telling me about their personal situations. And it really inevitably became more of a quick 2 minute one-on-one coaching session is what it would turn out to be. And because I was training mostly on, I started with software, um, uh, them with software products, to showing them how to present themselves on stage, and public speaking, and coaching executives on mostly public speaking skills and being able to connect with their audience. They would open up to me and tell me a lot about their um, personal conflicts. And that's when I realized more people are coming to me about how to deal with either a troubled employee or a troubled coworker. And I was able to help many of them. And that's pretty much how, and it just snowballed from there. And I started coaching and started working on literature and blogging, and I was getting more and more responses, positive responses, and that's how I discovered that this was more of a passion and that I really, really wanted to help people and then connect with them. So that's
That's
in a
very
nutshell.
that's very interesting because, like, you gain something out of toxic people.
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah,
actually,
because, like, most of the time people say, like, get away with toxic people, but for you, like, okay, come on over here and can help you.
right, right. And I found out that there were a lot of commonalities among people who were either victims or survivors of emotional or toxic coworkers or family members or romantic partners. And at the same time, people who were on the other spectrum, and they felt that they would start to recognize what they were doing that sabotaged their relationships. I discovered that this was something that I'd really like to commit to for the rest of my life. I
Okay,
find
all
so
right.
much happiness.
What a
Yeah.
commitment! What a commitment! so,
Thank
so
you. Thank you.
Coach Ceil, I would appreciate if you can speak a little louder because, like, I'm
Oh,
sure a lot of
sure.
people would like to hear you louder. So, can you tell
Sure.
us what are your current projects?
I'm sorry.
What are
You
your
were
current
breaking up.
projects?
Well, I have, I have an Instagram page, which is one of my favorite social media mediums at the moment, only because I know that people are very visual and that I'm able to create motivational quotes and memes, or you will, I just call them memes because it's a shorter way of saying motivational quotes. And I like it because I'm able to reach out to people directly in very short messages. So I would have a post, and right underneath the post, you could usually see a blog. So that's one of my almost weekly project that I'm working on. And the reason why I'm putting that together and coming up with more and more posts is I'm getting responses from people who are noticing that they actually are making their own changes in their lives, and that's a positive reinforcement. That together a book that I'm hoping to launch either mid Q3 or towards the third quarter of 2017. I also run another business here in Orange County and work as a chief relationship officer and business advisor to senior level executives and presidents businesses around and I help them. I help turn businesses that are pretty much plateauing and help them refocus their business strategies on building and sustaining relationships, business relationships that are critical components in giving leads to sales and focusing on hard to sell, high priced end user products or intangible professional services.
Okay. So those are, sounds too techy for some reason for me, but, can you tell us what are the specific skills or talents, that one would need in order to pursue something like your business?
Well, you know what's really interesting in social media, pretty much on every social media platform, you have now, and I'm sure a lot of you have already seen the hashtag Lady Boss. And when you look at all these different either posts or memes or blogs on hashtag Lady Boss, you will see specific skills and inherent talents that you need as an entrepreneur. So one of them would be your ability to have the vision, your determination to succeed. Resilience is very important for any business owner. Patience, a creative mind, an open mind, a generous spirit, kindness, accountability. I think is should be on the top of your list, and humility.
Mhm. Okay. So
Oops, that was my stomach. I just heard my stomach gurgling. A sense of
okay.
humor.
I know, right?
Oops, that wasn't an earthquake.
Yeah, this is California you're talking about, right? so, pretty much like you have covered very important what you call it, characteristics of a person. So obviously, like in order to be in business, you have to have very high integrity and different
Yeah,
skills as well to to be together with your characteristics. So like
sure.
lady boss, like okay, like it feels like so
Yeah.
powerful. So can you tell us, is there any amount of capital that one should prepare in order to have such a business as yours?
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Can you tell us about the capital involved?
Oh, when you're starting a business and you're talking about people that you want to help as far as starting their business, I would say, as far as I see it as having two types of capital. So you have your human capital and you have your monetary capital. Capital is concerned, eh, I believe if they have a very small budget but they have a big dream, then I would say you can have a small human capital, which is you physically it could just be you. You're the president and you're the receptionist and you're the cleaning person. And in the beginning, you really have to roll up your sleeves and say, all right, I'm going to wear a different hat. 9 o'clock to 12 noon, I'm going to be the president of my company. 8 o'clock, before 9 o'clock, I better be the receptionist. And if there are any people who call, I better just pick up the phone. As a matter of fact, if it requires the receptionist has to be here all day, then I will be the receptionist. And then I can probably change my voice and say, hello, this is Ceil. I'm the president of the company. So you could wear several hats. At the end of the day, the more you are able to flex your muscles, if you will, the more you're able to flex your spirit and your mindset as far as being able to be flexible, for lack of a better term, in using your own capital, human capital, then you'll be able to maximize the purpose, the why of your business. Monetarily, small business owner, many small business owners feel that they need to have a huge capital to start with. Personally, I don't agree. You can utilize, your networking. You could utilize people who are already in the same business and network with them and form strategic alliances with them. To me, there's no such thing as a bad competition. Good competition. Even people who are in the same business as you are, you could support each other and help each other and be there for each other because there are billions of clients out there. So, what better way than to present yourself with other people in your industry and build those joint ventureships, those alliances, those partnerships with other people who could supplement what you do? I, for example, as a relationship coach, could benefit from others who are in the marketing field or who are in business as entrepreneurs. Because if you think about it, business is all about relationships. That I have the best, for example, the best product here. If if I know that I can have 2 million of these and try to sell them, but really people buy from people that they trust. So it's all a matter of building the right relationships, right? I hope
Yeah.
I answered your question. I get carried away.
Yeah. And I like what you were saying because, like, for you, it seems like there's always an abundance. Because, like, when there's an
Correct.
abundance, you don't even have to be worried where I'm going to get my clients. Because, like, you're saying,
Hmm.
like, there's no competition. So, like, your competition can be your allies. And so like you can even work
Correct.
together and do joint venture. Yeah. So
Yes.
moving forward, can you also tell us, like, are there effective marketing practices that one can follow, so that they can have clientels and generate enough leads?
Sure. They could now, with the advent of the internet, utilize the internet, social media, um, put together a project for yourself and position yourself as an expert in your field by putting together a book. And for some people, it just like you, Laura, you have your projects where you collaborate with other coaches, and they are a part of your book project, and they are co-authors of your book. Or if you want, you could create your own book or your own ebook. Create something, just like what I said earlier. My long-term goal is to put together a book focused specifically on helping people recognize, identify, cope with, deal with toxic relationships, emotionally abusive relationships. And the way I do that is because I have an extremely busy schedule. I am putting together my book by creating motivational quotes that I put on that Instagram page. And those would be put together, and I would pretty much bind them and create a book so you can carry it with you. It could probably be a softbound or a hardbound book. Either way, you could use that to promote yourself either on television or on social media or video, where you're just like what you're doing with me, interviewing other people. So in line with that, you could also put together article blogs. On my I've had a lot of blogs, and I think Facebook calls it notes. And I did put all of them on Facebook a long time ago. Now my medium has been Instagram, so I just need someone to probably put all of my past blogs together as well as my new Instagram blogs. Those are good ways that you could capitalize on effective marketing platforms, and of course your website.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, we're encouraging single mothers to start their own businesses, and probably they'll be wondering, can I start my business doing it everything by my own, or I really have to look for someone else to help me?
It's interesting. For me, my mindset has always been less outgoing funds I utilize, the better. Um, I would encourage new business owners to be creative and to think outside the box as far as being able to achieve um, baby step goals and utilize experts, be resourceful, utilize your best experts, your best SMEs, your subject matter experts, and and create friendships with them and create relationships with them. I believe that it's easier for people to be heartfelt and to be more generous in giving a part of themselves when they know that your ulterior motive really is a win-win. Win. So whenever you work on tapping another person's talents or resources, it really has to come from the heart of letting that person understand that you're doing this not just because of your own endeavors and your own goals and your own selfish reasons, which is okay. We all have our selfish reasons, but it has to be good selfish reasons. Meaning, when I tap into another expert's services, I would like that person to benefit. As a matter of fact, I'd love them to be a rock star just because we worked together and we used our talents to help our audience. And that's really what we all are here for, right? But utilizing another person's talent for me is exciting. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
true.
yes, can you do it single-handedly? I believe that it takes a village, right? And I believe that old saying um, to pursue your dreams. But yeah, you could be independent and you could be able to authentically develop relationships. It won't be hard to just pick up the phone and call your friends and tell them, listen, I'm working on this project, and take it from there.
Okay. Yeah. It starts with just, asking other people. You'll never know who might be able to help you. That's a good idea. So anyway, can you tell us, like, I know that you have been a single mother and an entrepreneur at the same time. So can you tell us, like, what are the common challenges between balancing your work and your business at the same time?
I'd say the most common problem that most entrepreneurs have, whether they're starting out or whether they've been in business for years, is the ability. First of all, the ability to um, now. What I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to have employees, especially nowadays where the internet allows us to utilize people who have very specific talents. There's Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Um, Check it out, and you could have your logo designed for $5. So you utilize other people. So you're not wasting your time, which brings me to time management. Me, I feel that as a small business owners and when my 23-year-old daughter was growing up, I needed to be able to still focus on my family because you work for your family, right? That's really the reason why we're working besides our passion. And as a matter of fact, being passionate about the work that you need to 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 build, or the business that you need to build to support yourself and pay the bills, really needs to be something, for me at least, it needs to be something that I'm passionate about. Easier for me to get up every single morning and say, I can't believe I'm being paid to do this. So as a small business owner and as a working mother, I think one of our most challenging responsibilities would be another part is time management, but at the same time, the internal emotional balance that we need to have. Um, we need to have that mental balance as well as the emotional balance that needs to be a scale, and being able to prioritize, which is really more important. If I'm at work and I see my daughter call, I know she is important, and family to me is important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, do you have any parting words to our potential entrepreneur single mothers? Obviously, like, we're encouraging them. So, like, I'm looking forward that they actually start their own business. As the saying goes, like, there's a jungle out there. They might be thinking, like, oh my God, I'm scared. So, do you have any, tips for them?
Um, for me, I'd like to start off with um, whatever it is that you work on as your new endeavor. Make sure it really comes from your heart. The money part, if your audience knows and they feel, your audience will feel that it is your passion that you're working on. When you're passionate about something, you work on it consistently. We look at all the most successful icons out there, what do they have in common? They do everything consistently. But always stay grounded. And don't forget your roots. Always use you could always use your past history of poor judgment, your mistakes, your whether they're in business or whether they're personal, your failed relationships as, for example, as learning grounds in your new life, in your new journey. Entrepreneur, a wife slash girlfriend, fiance, and most importantly, as a mom. I hope that helps.
Yeah, obviously. Like, it's interesting because, like, Coach Ceil came prepared, and she wants, to give something back to you. So this is the holidays coming. So in for you listening today, it's interesting because if you want to get hold of California's premier transformational toxic relationship coach Ceil, I suggest you get a paper and write this down. This is her Instagram page. If you don't have Instagram, you have to open up because that's the latest cool thing right now. And it's www.instagram.com// coach Ceil. And then with that you can get 2 minutes. I mean, I should say, like, in 2 minutes you can actually create that. And she's giving away a holiday discount, what do you know, on all her coaching calls for $99. Oh my goodness. And that's regularly $297 per month. And yeah, what can I say? Like, it's Christmas time. So something like a discount. And I guess, like, if you think like this is not gonna be something for you, you can always give it as a gift. And I guess, like, your friends will be happy about it. Why not? All right, so there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for listening today, and I'm looking forward to having more interviews to help other single mothers next week. And anything else, Miss Coach Ceil?
More final words. Well, just wanted to just remind you ladies out there, think about what your why is. What is your purpose? Make yourself accountable to yourself and to someone else, and always go back to your why every single day. Just keep yourself balanced mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and in the process of fulfilling your dream, work on identifying the toxic people in your life. And I know we can't get rid of every toxic person in our life, but at least, just like what Wayne Dyer says, if you can't change the world around you, then you would have to change the way you see the world.
All right, there you go.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Okay. Thank you so much, Coach Ceil. Bye now.
Thank you.